Hello, and welcome to this weather update. We're going to talk about some maybe chances for clear skies. I did see some blue sky just before sunset and some rainbows too, and it really looked like it's going to be a nice day tomorrow, when the sky looks like that. Nice clear sky and beautiful sunset, but we'll have to see what happens. The models don't say that it's going to be clear, but maybe with a little luck. Anyway, let's get started with this weather update. Alright, so let's first start looking at the satellite image, and you can see this was the moisture from Florence that came through and brought some really heavy rain across our area. That has moved on onto the east now, and the skies have cleared out, and we have this nice area of clear sky, but will it last? That's the question, because we have more clouds, unfortunately, coming over here. So that is the question. Will this clear skies last? Let's go and look at the IntelliCast radar. You can see the rain, the heavy rain, again, has moved away from the area. It is moving east, and with it will probably go at least some of the humidity. So let's take a look at the forecast models here and see what's going on. So again, you see there's that remnants of Florence moving away, but there's no really strong high pressure building in its wake, which means the skies may not be all that great, and it may not be that cool or dry out, but it will be better than it has been. Then as we get into Friday, you see a stronger low pressure system move off to the north, and there's that Atlantic ridge again building down, and we have a nice air mass trying to build in here, but guess what's going to happen? Yep, stall front syndrome. So stall front syndrome. The front's going to stall out to the south, and it's going to be a gloomy weekend right into early next week with the stall front, because we still have this ridge here that's not letting the front move through, and then we don't have a jet stream to kick this stuff out. So we are stuck in this pattern of the highs going to the north and dealing with stall fronts. And this continues and may continue until the end of the month. And maybe, again, the GFS this is what I call the carrot and the stick. Toward the end of the period, the GFS always tries to show a nice high pressure system building in, and it just keeps getting further and further away. It's like the carrot and the stick. It's a good way to put it, the way the GFS has been treating us. And look over there. It looks like there's a tropical system that's being formed there toward the end of the period. This is way out, so we'll have to just keep an eye on that. But this is really far out in the future here. And we know the GFS is really not going to be, I mean, it's never right that far out in the future, because it never is. But the question is, see, this is a shame. Gonna have nice weather over here. If we could just get this damn front through, we could have a nice weekend. But that's probably not gonna happen. So let's go and look at the northeast here and see what the sky conditions are going to bring and the dew points and stuff like that. So let's again go back to today. So here we go. So this is tonight at cloud band. You see that moving away, and then we have some clear sky, but the problem is then the next batch of clouds rolls in for tomorrow. So unfortunately we may not get clear skies tomorrow. Then Thursday, more clouds. So Thursday, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much over Long Island. Maybe we could get to the Pine Barrens. Maybe it would be nice enough. Friday, clouds up. Saturday, we're dealing with the stall front to the north. It might be clear to the south. You see the stall front, sort of like a backdoor front, comes through on Saturday, and then just sits over the area, and then we're dealing with more stall front syndrome again. And when will we clear out? Probably not till the end of the period, of course. But again, this is the carrot and the stick. The GFS always suggests that, and then it never happens. This is the torture that the GFS puts us through with each run. It's like toward the end of the period, the last 3 or 4 days, it shows us getting out of it and getting a nice, cool, clear, dry day, but then it never happens. So tomorrow, temperatures in the 70s. I've gone over this before. Temperatures will cool off. That's the good news. We shouldn't have any more heat, hopefully. That's it for the heat. We shouldn't be getting any warmer than the 70s. It will be cooler. And then you could see that front. There it is. Look at that. This is a week from this Thursday. There's a really strong cold front coming through. Look behind the front. But will that front make it through? Will we get nice weather behind it? That's anyone's guess. Look at the dew points on the GFS and see how they look there. So let's see. Tuesday. Today, see we have the high dew points. Dew points coming down now. So tomorrow, dew points will drop into the low to mid 60s. So it will feel a lot better. Not really dry air, but drier than it has been at least. And then Thursday, we get into some even lower dew points, particularly across Long Island, with dew points in the 50s. Jersey could still be holding on, especially Tom's River, to 60-degree dew points. And then as we go into Friday, again, the wind shifts back to the south. Dew points start rising back into the 60s again, and then maybe even some low 70s maybe. But then the front comes through Saturday, knocks the dew points down to the 50s. And Sunday, we have dew points dropping into the 50s, but unfortunately plenty of cloud cover, unless we can get that front through. And you can see here, I'll show you that front again. There it is. So it could be very warm and humid next Thursday, a week from this Thursday, and then ahead of that front, and then it could cool off. But again, this is a ways in the distance. Let's take a look at the NAM model. Let's see what the NAM has. Get the NAM model here for this. So this obviously doesn't go as far. That's the 0Z. We have to look at the 18Z because we were looking at the 18Z GFS, so it's only fair. So the NAM pushes the dew points, the humidity down a little bit, but not quite as far. Jersey could still be holding on the mid-60s tomorrow, whereas Long Island could be in the low 60s as far as dew points go. And then as we go into Thursday, the dew points come down even more into the 50s, particularly across Long Island. The sky, that's up for grabs right now, but the NAM, which is always usually rather bullish on the sky, I'm sure will have plenty of clouds around, and sure enough it does. So as far as getting those nice clear blue skies, I don't know if we're going to see them. I don't know if and when we will see them again, but I don't know when. You know, I mean, it's September. We're supposed to have nice weather. But, you know, can't complain too much, because let's take a look and see what folks in the Carolinas are going through, and they're going through a really rough time with the flooding, and I want to talk about that here. We're going to go over this again. All right, this should be large enough. All right, so this is some of the pictures of some of the flooding that they've been going through down there. Almost 30 inches of rain during Florence. Jones County is now experiencing historic flooding along the Trent River. Here are some pictures from Pollocksville, where rescue crews have worked tirelessly assisting residents. So here you go. This is what it looks like down there. Look at that. Look at that stop sign. Look at how high that water is. That water's up to the stop sign there. This is what they're dealing with there, and it's terrible. And it's due to the same pattern that's bringing us this bad weather. It's all because of the endless tropical moisture. So here is an observed rainfall map from, I guess we're going to have to make this, see if I can't really make it. All right, I'll have to just make it larger this way. Hold on a second. We'll have to do it this way. It's the only way to do it. Here is here's a rainfall map of what's happened over the Carolinas. This is an observed rainfall map. And you can see the purple colors, the dark purple colors, that light purple, 30 to 50 inches. So these areas here have gotten over 30 inches of rain. I still think somewhere in here there's a pocket over Wilmington, there's a pocket over Morehead City. The purples, let me make this even larger. I don't know why they can't to go so large on this, because I want you to really see what they got over there, because this is just historic rainfall. This has never happened before. It's never happened before where there's been this much rain from a single system in this country, I think. This is all due to unusual climate patterns that we are doing that are quite possibly our own doing, because of all the carbon dioxide we're putting into the air and because of global warming. Because we have that ridge there that's not supposed to be there, and the jet stream's weakening. But you can see again, looking at this map, look at the purples here. This is where they've got 20 to 30 inches of rain. So right over here, that coastal southeastern part of North Carolina has just gotten hammered with heavy rain. What horrible, horrible disaster that these poor folks are going through. And my prayers go out to them. Really, you know, it's going to be something that's it's going to go down in the record books. It's one of the worst flooding disasters in this country. It really is. And see, they're doing storm surveys, looking at legacy flood markers. These are record floods. Oh, here we go. Here's another look at the rainfall totals. So take a look at this. Here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. All right. So look at this. Elizabethtown, North Carolina, 35.93 inches. Swansboro, 34 inches. Gorangus, North Carolina, 30.38 inches. Hoffman Forest, 29.62 inches. This is rain, 29.52 inches of rain. This is all rainfall. I can't read all of these. You can look at them for yourself, but this is just incredible. An incredible amount of rain that has fallen across this area. It is really unbelievable how much rain has fallen. This is all because of the weather patterns that caused this hurricane to sit and park over this area for 48 hours, at least 48 hours, and that's all due to the jet stream not being here to move things along. And this could have easily happened here. It could have easily been us. Don't think it couldn't have been us. It could have been us, and we would have had the same flooding here, and it would have been terrible. So again, my prayers go out to the people here dealing with this horrible disaster. I want to look at the other weather service, the other weather office feed from Wilmington. They're talking about flash flood warnings. Here is a radar loop of Florence. You can look at this. Here it is, and you can see how it just sits there. Look at how slow it's moving. Look at that. See how it just sits there? Same. Look at that. It's not moving. It's barely moving. So there you go. Absolutely crazy. That is nuts. And there's still rain. It's still dealing with rain. And the Cape Fear River at Burgaw rose to 22.54, which broke the record from Hurricane Floyd of 22.48 set in 1999. So we have all-time records being broken here along these rivers. Just a terrible tragedy unfolding that's continuing to unfold. I know maybe a lot of the media stations forgot about it, but the people that live in these areas are going to be dealing with cleaning up for this for months and months to come. And again, my prayers go out to them dealing with this horrible disaster. That's all I can say. Anyway, that's going to conclude this weather update. Thank you for watching. Take care.